Hello, everyone. Welcome to Binary Alpha Season 5. This is one of our Q&A sessions that we have on Fridays. We will go for about an hour for this Q&A session, an hour or less, depending on how many questions we have. So everyone has had a chance to pre-submit questions that maybe they've been dealing with ever since they've been studying Binary Alpha. And here's an opportunity for those of us to answer those questions. I'll try to do my best to answer all of your questions. Um, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's doing well. We have our first question here from Karen. She says, is it okay to take Logic 7 trades from reversal points, or does it always have to be from a flag candle? She has an example here. Okay, see what her example is. All right. Okay, yeah, this I understand her question, but yeah, this is not an appropriate trade because we never had any type of valid flag beforehand. Okay, yeah, we only take. Remember, a flag candle is basically our go point. That's our starting point. That's basically when we can say, okay, now we can jump into the market. If we don't have a flag candle, then we never jump into the market. If we don't have something, a flag candle is our go signal. So if we don't have a go signal, we never jump into the market. Okay. So yeah, we would never take anything in a scenario like this. There's really no logic if there's no flag candle. Okay. There's just market movements that happen. Okay, Dirk has a couple of questions here. Says Adam, question one, when the second reverse candle stops on the Kazi high-low without pinning, we have an invalid seventh logic. What do? We go for a 2-minute in the direction of the flag. I pulled up somebody's chart earlier. Let me see if I can find it again here. I had somebody's chart earlier I pulled up that had an example of something just like that. And yeah, it was like the perfect example of that type of scenario where there's a 2-minute valid or 2-minute invalid seventh. Let's see. Give me just a second to find it here. Okay, pulling up the sheet now. Okay, here we go. All right, so here was a scenario here where, again, not the best flag candle, but just for the sake of example, flag candle, 2 bonuses, 2 losses. The second loss comes down and sits right on top of the Kazi high-low. This is a 2-minute call, okay? Because again, we're still outside or above here the Kazi high-low. So this is a 2-minute call. You can see it was a very clear 2-minute win. And there was news that was here apparently from whoever took this trade. And this news caused these big candle reactions. But again, as we said before, we can trade binary alpha in all setups. It doesn't matter even with news. It's fine for us to trade these setups. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Next question. In strong deflag situations, it's not easy to draw a proper trend line. You explained that in the case we can use the second moving average for trend lines. All right, yesterday USD CAD 1352 to 1416. Okay, let me look here at that. Okay, USD CAD yesterday. All right, so we had a bonus, loss, recovery. We have a deflag, loss, recovery, another deflag, bonus, 2 losses. It went to an invalid seventh. You basically draw a sharper trend line when you have scenarios like this. It's a little bit trickier. You have to draw a little bit sharper trend line, and your trend line is not always necessarily your best bet in deflags with trying to see space and stuff, because again here this almost looks like a valid seventh, but really it's an invalid obviously. So yeah, it can be trickier when you're using a trend line and a deflag. It needs to be a little bit tighter and sharper, but it's not always as accurate then. Okay, your next question was, we had some discussions about seventh logic scenarios and deflag situations when the second losing candles are still above the virtual Kazi high, though, and there's enough space. You play it the same. So whatever the virtual Kazi high low is. So in this instance, we have our. I guess this is about a deflag. So these two losses, you can obviously tell, is an invalid seventh because it comes up and touches the Kazi high low. So you go for a 2-minute there. Deflag, two bonuses. This was the recovery. So our Kazi high low is really up here. So yeah, you would still go for a 2-minute. So since this is an invalid seventh, you would go 2-minute invalid seventh logic here. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay. I got this picture from season 5 Skype group. According to me, recovery should be called because lost candle crossed the second MA. Okay, let's see what this question is here. Again, no. This is a flag, two bonuses. When you get one loss after a bonus and it doesn't, I talked about a situation where if a white candle can break the second moving average and it can break the Kazi high low here. So in this scenario, after a bonus, if this white candle would have come all the way up here, then I would have went for a 1-minute call in a scenario like this. Okay, but we had a flag. We had two bonuses. Remember, we're not in fifth logic mindset. So unless one candle after a bonus is able to break both the second moving average and the Kazi high low itself, then we're not going to reverse the flag direction. Okay. So in this instance, it's a bonus. Two bonuses, one loss. You stay in the flag candle direction because there's nothing to tell you to change direction yet, and then you recover here. So two bonuses, loss, and recovery. Okay. Hi, Adam. I'd really like to know how you deal with the differences between broker's price. Happened to me more than once. I had a loss or tie on MT4. Okay. Occasionally stuff like this will happen, but the thing is, the broker's price is always going to be different than the MT4 price, but it moves the same amount of points for the most part. So, for instance, let's look at a current chart right now. Okay. Look at I know here's a 24 option. Let's look at the price on Euro USD between 24 option and the chart. Let's see here. So, 89, 93, 87, 98, 82, 88. I mean, it's about a 5 or 10 point difference, but it still moves the same. So however many points this is moving up and down, this is also moving up and down. Okay. Yeah. So, I'll say this: if you get a win, if there's a winning candle on the chart, but for some reason you lose on your broker, then you just stop because it was a win. You have to be able to, in a way, admit that to yourself that it was a win. Okay, so that's something we need to watch out for. That's really the only way I can really say to do it. Now, if there's a tie, obviously get out. Whether you tie or whether the chart ties, it's good to just stop at that point. Now, if you tied and it was a loss on the MT4, then it's okay to keep going from there. But if the MT4 ties, just stop. Okay. All right. Skip the first bonus and entered. All right, let's see what chart is here. Okay, so we had a flag candle, a loss, and a tie. Again, here I would stop. You get a loss, you get a tie, and you just stop. You don't do any more in a scenario like this. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a clear. It tied where this price point ended. So for me, I would not actually go any further after this. All right, let's look at this chart. Okay, so we had a flag candle, two losses. Okay, you feel like you have space, so um, valid seventh. You lose this one, you recover on this one. This is not a valid flag candle, so I wouldn't even trade this whole setup. You see, this comes down and it kind of gets stuck in the middle of the Kazi high low, and you have this. Uh, you have this scenario as well. I wouldn't trade this. This is too messy. This isn't a very good momentum swing here. I mean, even if you consider this a D flag, it's really tricky to jump into a situation like that because you already have a flag candle here, or you already have a Kazi high low here. So let's see. Yeah, I mean this is a tricky situation again because of a setup like this. Because you have a Kazi high low here. I would go for more cleaner D flags like the one we saw in USD CAD, where where we didn't have any other Kazi high lows. We just had momentum. Because the Kazi high lows a lot of times represent almost like a small tension point, a place where the market could reverse from or break from. And in your picture, it was just a little bit of it was a little bit of a struggle there. Like here it came and it struggled, so there was not like a clear understanding of momentum in this setup. I mean, you have a doji, you have these pins. It's just not a this. I would not go for a D flag in this type of scenario personally. Okay. Okay. Let's say after a flag candle, we have a first loss, and then we get a doji on a second bullet. Do we stop? Yes, you stop. Again, if you get a doji and it's a tie, you just stop, okay, and recover it somewhere else. That's the best way to approach it. I think this is good analysis, okay? We have here, so we have our flag candle sequence. We have a bonus. We have two losses. Now, again, remember, we are at a first level, so this is going to be a little bit trickier for us. We have to draw a tight have to draw a tight trend line, which again is kind of almost impossible here. Remember, we have a first level because we have a level cut here. So we'd really have to use the second moving average as our trend line. Again, this is tricky. This is a really tricky one, and again, that's why we also tell you guys to be cautious of what you do with your with your first level trades, and one of the reasons we tell you guys to stay away from them in a way. Okay. I don't know what this line is here. Stefano, if you're there, what is this line here? The 72210. Let's see what he says real quick. Okay, it's a tension line. Okay, so for me, again, that's why first levels are more advanced at times. For me, I feel like probably the only play here would be um, really you have to do some type of fake push flag cage type thing. So if you feel like this is a valid seventh, then remember where our flag cage here's the bottom of the cage. We have a few different price points we can do a fake push off of. We can go from the bottom of the flag here. We could go from this Kazi high low or this tension line. Okay, they have multiple points that we could do a 2-minute fake push from those price points. and that's really about the only way to win in this scenario. Again, that's why we talk about. See, it's a little tricky because your second loss actually comes up and it pins the Kazi high low, so that makes you think that the market wants to move back down. Um, so again, it's tricky there, that's for sure. But that's again why we tell you guys to. It takes um, it takes quite a bit of time for you to understand first levels. I won on the fourth bullet when I saw it broke the tension line back. Um, I'm not sure what you mean. For me, the best position, best price position for a fake push, as you see the market push down and went back up, the market came back down, and as soon as it started pushing back up above the bottom of the flag, this is where you could have went for a 2-minute call, and that's where you could have recovered the cycle for. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Is it advisable to take a recovery slash split risk seventh logic after a deflag? I mean, if you understand deflags well enough, you can. I personally would wait for just a normal setup. I wouldn't necessarily go for a deflag myself. 2, is it advisable to take a recovery slash split risk seventh logic trade if the cycle does not start with a perfect flag? For example, the candle is touching the second MA. Again, we only trade good flags. Only good flag candles. We don't jump in on bad flag candles. A bad flag is just a no-go. Okay, always good flag, and there's a reason behind that, because with a good flag, you can actually see that the market momentum is wanting to move in a specific direction. But with a bad flag, we don't know that. Okay. All right, let's go to our next question here. I tried to invalid logic in 2 minutes put, but I lost. Can you tell me what happened? Let's see. Try to figure out what happened here. All right. So again, it's a first level trade, guys. So it's always tricky with first level. USD JPY 1325. Let's see if I can pull it up on my chart here. All right. Been today sometime. Looks like this trade here. Again, when you have such a large flag candle momentum that's bigger than all these others, it's good to be cautious, to not jump in for any bonuses with something like that. It's a first level, really difficult to draw any type of trend line. I honestly think for me, because of such a tight trend line and the fact that it comes and pins the Kazi high low, I would go with the invalid seventh. Okay, so you do a 2-minute put here, you lose, and then you do your second 2-minute put here, and that's where you win at. Okay, you win by about 25 or 30 points on your second bullet. Okay, that's an invalid seventh logic 2-minute. So you chose the right thing, but again, we have 4 bullets in a cycle. So, in your trade here, we have in the trade here, say you went for a bonus and you lost this and you lost this. Here's your first 2 bullets. You go for invalid seventh logic 2-minute put. You lose your first 2 minutes and then you recover on your second 2 minutes. But again, for me, I see this as such a large candle, such a large momentum. I'm not going for a bonus. I mean, compare this size. This is 112 points. This candle is only about 65 or 70. This is, almost 50 points larger than this flag. It's just a different setup there. But for me, yeah, again, the second loss comes and basically pins the Kazi high low. I wouldn't go for a bonus. I would lose these 2 bullets. Sorry, I wouldn't lose these 2 bullets because I'm not going for them. I would enter my first trade here for invalid seventh. I would lose these first 2, and then I would recover with my next 2. Okay. All right. Yeah, there was oil news. That's probably why the market jumped like it did here. Okay. Look at our next question. Gamini says, I know that you have explained this many times, but I still find it hard to correlate the 1 hour time frame candle with the 1 minute chart and will predict to do. It would be much appreciated if you explain it. Yeah, we don't need to worry about our 5 minute or 15 minute charts. Yeah, I'll try to go over this one more time, but again, I'm not going to say anything different than what I said in the market structure video. And again, remember, the idea that is not like we're not 100% predicting the market. We're not saying I 100% know that I'm going to get a run of bonuses here. That's not what we're doing. We're just coming in and saying there's a potential, there's a greater potential here or there for bonuses or sevenths. Okay, so let's take USD CAD for instance. Okay, we see that here, the market was trending, right? We had some type of an M pattern here structure. We had an M pattern here. Here's the middle of our M, right? And what we know is, as it gets broken, somewhere in here, what we know is if the market starts moving down, 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 if it does that, then we have a potential for bonuses, okay? So what we're doing is we're looking during those hours to see, if the market continues moving down, what we may get there. And we can put alerts. So let's look at that on our 1 minute chart. Okay, so this is USD CAD. The hour chart here. Okay, that was these hours here. Okay, we had kind of the middle of our M structure here, and then between these hours, let's see if we had excuse me, any type of bonus runs. And again, it's not guaranteed that we will, but those are the better chances, or the places that have a better chance for us to get bonus runs. Okay. All right, so let me get to where this was. Okay, so it started around here. Okay, as you see, the market came down. It broke here. Actually, before it, we had a flag, loss recovery, a D flag, 3 more bonuses, another D flag, went into an invalid seventh. In a way, this is like a hidden level here. So when the market was able to break this M pattern here on the 1 hour chart, we get 3 really clear, nice bonuses. And then after that, as the market comes down, here's another first level break. A little bit tricky again, but we get an invalid seventh. Okay, we go for a 1 minute lose there, we win there. Here's a D flag, bonus, loss, recovery. So, just in this setup, we've got a loss and recovery. We've got 3 more bonuses here. We've got 3 more bonuses here. We've got an invalid seventh logic, another D flag, bonus, loss, recovery. Okay. And then the market gets a little choppy here for a while, and it stays choppy for a while. And then, here's another, some more trending here. 2 bonuses into a valid seventh, 2 minute seventh logic. So yeah, it's just being able to look at the 1 hour chart and recognize these patterns. And again, when we see that the market is getting close to like the middle of a W or the middle of an M, or that the market has been trending for 2 hours, keep an eye open for the 3rd hour to see what it may do, and just watch those markets. Here was 10, 15 wins just in a matter of 3, 4 hours of again, just being able to analyze that 1 hour structure and understand and know what's there in the market. Okay. All right. So let's see if we have any more questions in our email. I think that was our last question in our email. But again, I would say go back and rewatch the market structure and reverse engineering class if you still feel like you're struggling with that. And that will help you a lot, I believe. Okay. All right. So let's see if you guys have any more questions now. You can put them up on the Season 5 Skype page here, and we will get to those questions. Let's see here. Somebody says, took a 2-minute call here, but I lost. Okay. Again, for me in a situation like this, I'm looking at the fact that you see how the market tried to come up and got rejected strongly. Um, again, if you feel like this is a valid seventh logic, hold on, took a 2-minute call here, but I lost. Again, if you feel like this is a valid seventh logic, then remember you have 4 bullets. You get 2 bonuses here. You get your 2 losses, which is your seventh or invalid seventh. You decide about that. If you felt like it was an invalid seventh, or sorry, a valid seventh, you lose these 2 bullets, but you win on the next 2. For me, I think I would go with the invalid just because I see how the market tried to come up here, and then it got rejected pretty hard from there. So for me, I would probably wait a second, see what was happening here, and probably go for a 2-minute invalid seventh put there. Okay. Again, that was just a quick look. That I wasn't able to fully see what was happening there. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions here? Okay, S guy has a chart here. Let's see what it shows. All right. This is USD CHF. Okay, this is the 23rd at 1622. CHF 1622 on the 23rd. If we have the same chart, I believe it's this chart here. All right, so again, this is a little bit tricky because this is almost like our first level here. This isn't really. This is kind of a messy area, if you can tell. Like it's really close to the main moving average. You can't really draw much of a trend line. But for me, I mean, I guess you're saying again. Remember, we have multiple bullets. We don't. We follow the logic. We have multiple bullets here. So if you feel like this is a valid fifth, then you stick with your logic. You lose on your second bullet, lose on your third bullet, and you recover on your fourth bullet. Okay? You have to stick with the logic. It's level 1, so it's quite tricky. But yeah, stick with your logic, and you recover right there on your fourth bullet. And again, that's having confidence in the logic. It's really important. Okay. Next question. Wally says, Adam, tell us about the expectation required from us in our trading month. Honestly, right now, guys, our expectation is just that you will get practice in. It's just really important for you guys to practice, to get enough practice in. And it's really a month for you. We're not really wanting anything from you yet. It's for you to be able to practice, and then we can come and look in every once in a while and see how you guys are trading. Okay, that's the main point of this 1 month stuff. So we don't change our mindset from a valid fifth to some sort of seventh logic. Well, there's no seventh logic scenario here because you have 1 loss. It's a valid fifth. You're already in fifth territory. There's no territory here for seventh logic. Okay, there's nothing there for seventh. So because if this was since it's a valid fifth, if you went put, you would win on your next loss and the cycle's over, or you would win on the next put here and the cycle's over. There's no seventh logic mindset in this situation here. Okay. All right. Which application exists to alert us by phone? If you mean, Cristiano, what do you mean exactly? I mean, you can set up. I showed this one day. You go here to Tools and Options, and then you come here to Notifications. You click Enable Push Notifications, and you need to download whether you have an Android or Apple phone. you need to download the MT4, and you'll go in there, and there will be a part for you to under messages in MT4. It's something you can Google as well. You go to your settings, you go to messages, and underneath that there will be something that says My Meta Quotes ID, and you type that in here on your computer, and you click test, and then your push notifications will be set up that way. I find it very helpful to have that on my phone. Okay. Hi, Adam. Somebody shared this info. Can you make a comment, or do you have any addition? The dead zone is 2100 to 200 GMT, and here is why. Yeah, basically, the reason that's the dead zone is because, from it basically starts around 3 in the afternoon New York time, and that's the late New York session, like the last 2 hours of New York only being opened. And then as that ends, you only have I think it's only the Australian market that's open, like Australia, New Zealand, for the next couple of hours. And then the Tokyo market opens, the Asian market opens more after that, and that's when we can start trading again. But yeah, there's not very much momentum in the market at that time. There are a lot of dojis. It's just a lot of small candles and stuff like that. So that's why we don't trade during that time. Hi, Adam. Is it possible to look at live trading somehow? I'm not sure I understand your question, Ying. They You might be looking for a live trade now. Well, I'm not trading binary alpha at the moment, so um, again, I'm trading blindfold and head break. um, I don't. Fridays after the London market closes, everything gets a little bit slow, so there's not as much trading going on after the London market closes, which is about 1 hour and 15 minutes from now, I believe. Yeah, a lot of the good setups happened earlier when the London market was open. Yeah, I'm not trading binary alpha, and so I can't actually show you guys what I'm trading with head break and blindfold, because that's only for people who purchase those indicators. I can tell you this: if you see this just popped out of my mind, or popped out of my eyes. This is a good seventh logic here. This is one I would trade all day. Oh, hold on. Yeah, for me, this is like a really good 1 minute seventh logic setup. You have a flag, a bonus, your two losses, second loss, breaks the Kazi high low. There's a good amount of space to the trend line. That's a perfect 1 minute seventh logic for me, and how I would trade. I'm not sure what calls the seventh. Let me see. Maybe this Kazi high low here. That's too low. Oh, there you go. 99826. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the 5 minute chart. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure what caused it, but yeah, that was a really good seventh logic right there. That's for sure. Happy birthday, Ron. It's Ron's birthday, Pratik was saying. Everybody can tell him happy birthday. What do you think of 6 to 8 a.m. GMT zone, where Tokyo closes and there's pretty much nothing going on until London opens? Stefano, usually as soon as Tokyo closes, London opens right up after that. Actually, Germany opens up, I believe, and then right after that, London opens up. Why do you go for 2 minutes? Colette, I'm not sure what you mean by that. 120 minutes. No, we only do 1 and 2 minute trades in binary alpha. remember again, if you're confused about that, go back and watch the seventh logic video. We fully explain why we go for 1-minute trades and 2-minute trades. Okay. Oh yeah, 120 seconds. 120 seconds. Yes, it just depends on what your broker says. Some brokers say 60 seconds. Some say 1 minute. Some say 120 seconds. Some say 2 minutes. It just depends on the broker you use. Um, the broker I use here, um, 24 option. They say this. They say both. They say, uh, it says 300 seconds here, but it also says 5 minutes up there. So same thing. Okay. All right, guys. Maybe one more minute if you have any more questions. We have any more questions, guys? Okay, we have some people typing, so let's wait to see what questions we have. And if we have any more questions, we'll finish up with those few. If not, we'll go ahead and finish up now. The people are typing, so let's wait a minute. Okay. Are we having a class Monday morning, like a kickoff class? No, we're not really going to have a class for Monday, so you guys can go ahead and just start trading on Monday. Tomorrow, I will post the log sheet that I showed you guys. I'll post that sometime tomorrow, maybe even tonight. So be looking out for that, and hopefully you guys will be able to start trading on Monday. Again, I'll let you guys know this. There's no race with this stuff as far as us doing. Um, Honestly, we don't. You guys don't need to do 500 trades in a week or something like that. Do 5, 10, 20 trades a day, and it's not about the volume that counts. It's about the quality of the trades that counts. Okay. So Olaf says in the evening, quotes are reduced to 60 or 45%. Doesn't matter in demo mode, right? It doesn't matter in demo mode, but you might want to look at rearrange your money management during that time, just to see if you can, just to make sure you're recovering your losses. There you go, guys. Here's a perfect example of a good flag candle sequence. Okay, and it might try to work its way up to this Kazi high low. It just depends on if there's any barriers there in the market. Okay, next question. Adam, I just want to say this has been the highest quality training of anything. Thanks, Kevin. Glad we can help you guys to understand this stuff. I throw it all back to Kazi because honestly, without him, without God giving me the brain to do this stuff, and then without Kazi teaching it to me, I definitely would not be here either. That's for sure. Adam, I'm thinking of starting a live room for people who are interested. Your thoughts? Yeah, you guys are welcome to start other little Skype groups from time to time, if like a live room or something people can talk through. There you go, guys. See, what did I tell you? It's gonna flag candle sequence. It's gonna try to work its way back up to this position here, and I would have probably stopped with this one bonus because it's not very far from the same same area of rejection. So for me, one bonus, get out, done with this sequence. Are you still going to do another seventh logic class? Probably probably sometime in March, we can do another seventh logic class, and we can try to talk about some advanced stuff with seventh logics. I mean, we've shared pretty much everything, but I know seventh logic can be tricky, and it's really good to go over everything. That's for sure. Seventh logic is extremely important, but it's also tricky as well. Okay. We have a tricky question. Do you want us to send them to this class group or email somewhere else? You guys can still send some questions if you want to that email address, the baseason5@gmail.com. And then, yeah, you guys can still, send your emails to that. And, I'll try to get on there and answer from time to time. Again, we'll still try to have some Q&A sessions. We will still try to have some classes here and there as we see that you guys need that. But this is an opportunity for you guys to get a lot of practice in and just keep working hard. Okay. Look at you, Jay. Oh yeah, nice. 3 nice bonuses there. Nice flag candle. 3 nice bonuses. I personally probably would have waited until the first bonus happened, make sure it broke this area here, and then I would have grabbed the other two for sure. Okay. Please do another fake push class. I may have to get Kazi to do that, honestly. I shared about everything I know about fake push. Okay. Stefano, I'm scared of a fake push, trying to study every class from Kazi too. Yeah, it's tricky with fake push, that's for sure. Again, I rarely use it. And I rarely use it when I was doing binary alpha. So, all right, guys, any more questions? Guys and girls, any more questions? If not, we will go ahead and end for today. Right? Maybe watch out here if the market pushes up and makes a flag candle. You might get some type of fifth or seventh logic here. Disappeared now, the flag candle. If it gets a D flag, it could go into some type of fifth or seventh because this is a really strong area of rejection. As you see, the market's already tried twice to get up there. I can't really tell if it's a D flag or not. Anyways, guys. All right. Stefano, one last question. Okay. What's your question? Can we weekly copy paste our trading data into the sheet? Dirk, honestly, I would prefer, I would prefer that you guys with the sheet to use all of the drop down menus and everything that's there, because that would just make it more cleaner than copy paste. How many times can the price reverse on a strong tension line on average? Honestly, I don't think there's necessarily an average. It's just you just have to be cautious for what's happening in the market. I mean, you see here that these were two strong reversals that happened already here. It's possible that it's going to reverse again. If it has a momentum to break, then you may get another flag candle and may get some more bonuses there. But if it gets stuck here, then it may reverse again. This doesn't quite meet a deflag criteria, although it broke this area. It's kind of stuck here in the second moving average, so there was really no deflag type scenario there. Now this one might, if this can break the second moving average. All right, anyways. Adam, what about the withdrawals? How can we withdraw, and how much can we leave on an account? Again, Federico, we don't really want you guys trading. We don't really want you guys trading live right now because we haven't even been able to look over your trades. Don't rush into live trading. If you do, you can really mess yourself up. We want to make sure you understand everything. Now it's closer to deflag. I think it's more of a deflag type scenario now. Anyways, we really want you guys to be patient with trading live. Don't jump into live money accounts yet. Again, and that's for your sake, not for us. What's this? Euro USD chart. 1332 on the 25th. Let's see here. chart looks a little bit different than mine for some reason. Let's see here, 13.32 on the 25th. Euro USD, 1 minute. Oh, 13.32. Again, it's the level ones. It's a trickier situation. You got two bonuses here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what to say about that one. Tricky situation. Again, guys, you keep sending me level one trades. The majority of the questions y'all have are on level one trades. It's always tricky. Do we have to make our own backup of trading data? You can if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to, if you want to keep it for yourself as well. Okay. All right, guys. Again, don't rush into live money trading. Trust me, you'll probably lose it faster if you do that than if you're just more patient with it. Okay. If you feel like you're in a rush to make money, then it's probably not going to go that well for you if you feel like you're in a rush to make money. I know everybody wants to make money, but if you rush it, then yeah. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and end the class for today. And hope you guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. I'll post that link for the page. Yeah, we'll post a link for a page for the page where you can log your demo trades. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys soon. And around March 6th or 7th. March 6th or 7th, I'll have a surprise for you guys. So, all right, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. And we will talk to you soon. Good luck, guys.